Child's pose is a pose of arrival, a pose of surrender, a pose of rest, but also a pose of strength. Because sometimes we get so competitive and we want to keep pushing and we don't always listen to our body and when it's time to stop and just take a break. So I'm just reminding you that at any point during this class, if it feels like you might need a little break, just go ahead and take a break, come back into child's pose. You can also come back into child's pose every time we go in downward dog. And yeah, so when you're ready, come down onto the floor on your knees. Bring your knees wide and your big toes touching together. So knees are kind of wider than your hips and the big toes are touching together. And in this position, first send your seat towards your heels. So kind of your tailbone and your glutes, everything down towards the heels. And then start walking your hands forward as much as you can reach without lifting your hips high. So you get in this full body stretch right off the bat. And maybe close your eyes for a few moments and just take this time to fully arrive at your mat. Relax your head, relax your neck. And then walk your fingers even more forward. Imagine you have sticky fingers. So when you walk forward on the floor and then they're glued to the ground. So keep them there, but then pull your seat bones down lower towards your heels. And then take an inhale through your nose. And exhale away through your mouth. And do this one more time. Breath in. And away through your mouth. Keep your seat low. Start walking your hands over to the right. Just stretching this left side of your body a little bit more. You'll feel the stretch in your spine and your lats, under your armpit. And then come back to center and walk over to the other side, to the left. And feel the stretch in the right side of your body. And then slowly come back to center one more time and find your way into a tabletop position with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. So engage your core right away and then press the fingers down deeply into the floor. Arc your back, look up, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine like a big question mark. Relax your head, cat. Inhale, arc your back. And exhale, round your spine. Very good. 2 more times. Inhale, arch. Inhale. And exhale, round. Good. And then one more time. Inhale. And exhale, round your spine. Okay, bring your spine back to neutral. We'll do some rotations. Bring your right hand to your temple. Okay, left hand is directly underneath your shoulder. Take an inhale, open up, look up, little twist in your spine. On the exhale, bring your elbow to touch your the wrist or your thumb on the left side. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist. 2 more times, breath in, open, look up, give your chest a stretch. Exhale, twist. 1 more breath in. And exhale it away. Perfect. Come back to center. Bring both hands onto the ground. And then lift up your right leg. Okay? Lift it up. And then touch your knee to above your elbow, right to the tricep. And then create a circle with your leg. And then land your knee behind your ankle. So I'll show it on this side. So behind your ankle. And then repeat this. Inhale, knee forward. And then come down, touch the knee back behind your ankle. Good. Okay, do this again 2 more times. Forward. Yes, engage your obliques. And then come down, back, stretching the glute. 1 more time. Forward. And then all the way back. Good. And then come back to a tabletop position 1 more time. We'll do this on the left. So hand to your temple. Inhale, open up, push the floor away. Exhale, twist. Elbow to your wrist or to your thumb. Inhale, open. And exhale, twist. Very good. 2 more times. Breath in. Connect your breathing with your movements. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And away. And then come back to your knees and hands. Push the floor away. Lift up your other leg, left leg, or if you did the other side, that's totally fine. So just bring the knee over right above your elbow. And then come back. Circle your leg around and touch the knee behind your heel. Inhale forward. And exhale behind your heel. So just loosening up those hips. Forward. And then back. And stretching your glutes at the same time. Okay, 1 more time. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Perfect. And then when you're done, just come back into a child's pose for a moment. So once again, knees are wide and your sit bones go down. And you may notice that you can go a little deeper after those stretches. But then when you're ready, press your palms to the floor, tuck your toes, and come up into a downward facing dog. Hips go high up. And this is our first downward facing dog. So bring your feet a little wider and spread your fingers wide. Okay, and create this foundation for your body. So push the floor away, lift up your hips high, 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 as high as they can. But also unshrug your shoulders. Push your hips up. And then maybe straighten up your knees, or if you want, you can slightly bend your knees. And in fact, let's do this. Bend your right knee and press your left heel to the ground. And then come back, switch sides. Left knee bends, right heel comes to the ground. And we'll do it a couple more times. Each leg, kind of bicycle your legs. One knee bends, the other the heel presses. Okay, 1 more time each. Okay, and then press, straighten up both legs. Take an inhale, lift your heels high up, as high as they will go. And then lower them down on the ground. Exhale. 2 more times like this. Inhale, lift the heels. Keep your hips lifted. And exhale, lower down. 1 more time, breath in. And exhale, lower. Next inhale, lift your heels as high as you can. Start walking your feet forward towards your hands. And then separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Come into a ragdoll position. So slightly bend your knees. Grab your opposite elbows. And just stay here for a few moments. Let the blood drop down towards your head and towards the ground. You can sway side to side if that feels good. Or you can let your head dangle forward, back, yes, no. And then bring your hands onto your neck and give yourself a little neck massage with the elbows wide, or even back of the skull massage, just to relax those muscles a little bit. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Keep the elbows wide. Make sure you're not pressing onto your neck, but bend your elbows a little bit and bend forward just a little bit more. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, release your hands down to the ground. Start rolling yourself up, 1 vertebra at a time. All the way up, slow, 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 with the shoulders coming up the last, okay? Once you reach there, just give your shoulders a few shrugs and circles back. So circle them back and down. One more time. Okay. Bring your feet together. So kind of your toes are touching and your heels can be slightly wider. Press all of your four corners of the entire foot to the ground. And then squeeze the glutes. Take an inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Do this again. Inhale, all the way up, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay. And now with your next inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Squeeze your glutes and then bring your elbows into your sides. Cactus arms. Push your chest forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Two more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Push your chest forward. Elbows to your sides. One more time. Breath in. And exhale. Pull down. Next inhale. Bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward to the ground. Okay, halfway lift. Breath comes in. Hands come to your shins and lengthen your spine to a flat back. And then on the exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Step your right leg all the way back. Come into a low lunge. So the knee goes down to the floor and your toes are down on the floor. Bring your hands on top of your thigh and push yourself up. Squeeze the glutes. Very good. Just stay here for a few moments. So bring the weight of your body into your front leg. Squeeze your glutes and actively push your hips forward. And then from here, grow your arms tall. Reach up. Couple more breaths. Let's connect the breathing and the movement once again. Inhale, reach your arms even higher without shrugging the shoulders. Exhale, maybe bend into a little back bend. So push your hips even more forward. One more breath in, reach. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor and step back into plank. So find your plank. Okay, look at your fingers. Spread them wide. Push the floor away. Okay, with all of your 10 fingers. Okay, and then take an inhale, look forward. On the exhale, bring your knees down to the ground, lay down onto the floor, all the way onto the floor. Bring your hands wider than your mat. Okay, keep your feet together. Kind of put your fingers onto the ground, okay, alongside your shoulders. Take an inhale, lift halfway up, squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes to protect your back. On the exhale, lower down. This is a cobra variation. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. One more breath in, lift up. Yes, exhale, lower down. On your next inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the knees to the ground. Press yourself up into a kneeling plank and then a full plank. And then come into a downward facing dog. One more time. Hips are going high up. Let's do 3 breaths. In through your nose. And cleansing breath out. Through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale away. 1 more breath in. And away. With your next inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees. And start walking your feet forward towards your hands 1 more time. Halfway lift, lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Lift all the way up, rise up your arms, reach up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Do this again, reach up all the way, grab your right wrist and bend to the left. Stay here. Squeeze your glutes. Bend sideways. Pull on to your wrist and kind of make your arm a little bit longer. With your next inhale, come back to center. Switch your arms and bend the other way. Keep squeezing your legs and your glutes together. Good. Okay, 1 more breath here. And then come back to center. Reach up high. Inhale. Exhale, fall down. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, bring your hands down. Step your left leg all the way back into a low lunge. Put your knee to the ground, press your toes down to the floor, and then propel yourself up. But before you go up, make sure you squeeze in your glutes so you're not hurting your back in any way, okay? Draw the shoulders down, push your hips forward, and then when you're ready, lift your arms all the way up. Inhale, reach up higher without shrugging your shoulders. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Keep pushing your hips forward. Good. One more breath. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, back bend. Next inhale, reach up your arms. On the exhale, bring your hands to the floor underneath your shoulders and then find your plank one more time. Stay in this plank for a few moments. Once again, slightly bend your elbows so they're not locked and push the floor away with your entire 10 fingers. Okay, take an inhale, look forward. On the exhale, lower down all the way to the ground. All the way to the floor. This time, your hands underneath your shoulders, kind of walk them back just a little bit. And then glue the elbows to your sides. Okay, look down, take an inhale, lift up into cobra, press your elbows into your sides, press the hands into the floor. Exhale, lower down. Do this 2 more times, inhale. Arms are strong, and exhale, lower down. Engage the triceps. 1 more time, cobra, or if you're ready, all the way up, upward facing dog, hands under your shoulders, lift up your hips, squeeze the glutes and press the feet, the toes onto the ground, and then find your way into a downward facing dog. Hips go high up. Downward dog. Very good. Are you guys getting warmer? Yeah. Good, good. Okay, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Ah. 1 more breath in. And exhale away. Okay, lift up your right leg as high as it will go. Lift it up. Okay, right leg, yes. And now bend your knee, stack your hips. So stretching your hip flexor. Right hip over your left, and the right knee is over your right knee over your right hip. And the heel is going towards your glute. 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, straighten up your leg 1 more time. And on the exhale, step your right leg to your right thumb. We're coming into warrior 1. So in warrior 1, your right leg goes to your right thumb, and your left leg is kind of 45 degrees towards the corner of your mat, okay? Press the back foot firmly into the ground. Yes, and then bend your front knee. I'll go this way so you can see me. So press the outside of your back heel firmly into the ground. Bend your front knee, and then rotate your hips to face forward. Bring your arms all the way up. This is your position. So if you imagine your hips like 2 flashlights, they're shining straight forward. But you're pressing your back leg firmly into the ground as well as your front leg. Okay, 1 more breath. On the exhale, bring your hands to behind your back, clasp them together. Take an inhale, open up your chest. On the exhale, lean forward, bring your right shoulder inside your right knee. Okay, and once you get there, start lifting your hands off your back, but keep clasping them together. Squeeze the shoulder blades, yes, upper back is working, perfect. And the legs are still strong. Notice if your front knee is collapsing inward, send it slightly to the right. Yes. Very good job, Rose. Press the back foot firmly into the ground. With your next inhale, engage your core. Come back all the way up. Warrior 1, arms come up. Exhale, bring your hands down and step back to plank. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Elbows are sliding by your sides. Upward facing dog, breath in, press your toes to the ground, lift up your hips, but squeeze your glutes. Draw the shoulders down and back. Yes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high up. Same deal on the other side. Left leg goes all the way up, as high as it will go. And then bend your knees, stack your hips. Stack your hips. Left hip is over your right. And the knee lifted up higher. Yes, but at the same time, bring your heel towards the glute. You're stretching your hip flexor and a little bit of your quad as well. With your next breath in, straighten up your leg. On the exhale, step forward, warrior one on the other side. So left leg forward to your left thumb. Rotate your back foot 45 degrees. Press your back heel into the ground. And then bring your arms up. Rotate your hips forward. So you're kind of pressing through this back of your back leg. Yes, but both legs are strong. Okay, arrive. And once again, notice your front knee. If it falls inward a little bit, send it actively outside. Yes. Perfect. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, clasp them together. Inhale, open up your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold in. Shoulder goes inside of your left knee. And once you get there, start lifting your hands off your back. And to lift your hands, you really have to squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit more. Yes. Very good. Perfect. One more breath. With your next inhale, engage your core. Come all the way up. Warrior one. Arms come up. And then on the exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to plank. Plank, plank. Yes. Lengthen your spine. Look forward. Breath in. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Elbows slide in by your side. Upward facing dog. Point your toes. Lift up your hips. Squeeze the glutes. So many directions. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high up. Whew. 3 breaths here. Inhale through your nose and lift your tailbone higher. Exhale, push the breath away. 2 more breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last one. Inhale and exhale away. Very good. With your next breath in, lift up your heels off the ground. Bend your knees. Step or jump your feet forward towards your hands. Halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Hands to your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Okay, come all the way up to standing. Bring your arms all the way up. Okay, all the way up to standing. And then from here, bring your right hand under your left. Right hand under for eagle arms. I'll show it a little bit closer. Right hand under your left. Clasp your fingers together like this. Okay, now bring your feet together. This is your eagle arms. Let's actually work on your arms first. So, with each inhale, lift up your elbows off your chest. But with each exhale, draw this area, the shoulders down, away from your ears. So it's a counter action. Very, very good for your shoulder mobility. But once you get there, bring your feet together, squeeze them in, and sit down into chair pose. So it's a chair pose with eagle arms. Okay, so the legs are stationary, knees are squeezing together, inner thighs are working, and the glutes are working. Flat back, pull the stomach in, and then lift up your elbows, but draw the shoulders down. 2 more breath cycles. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, shoulders go down. One more time, inhale. And exhale away. Very good. Keep your seat in the chair. Bring your arms all the way up. Chair pose. Sit a little lower. Yes. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to the right. So your left elbow outside of your right knee. Press this elbow into your knee and propel yourself up. And then also press your top hand into the bottom hand and move your hands so they come in between your chest bones. Yes. And then notice your knees. Make sure they're even. So send this left knee back a little bit. And if you want, open up your arms. We have 2 more breaths. Good. Sit a little lower. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Good. Halfway lift, flat back, lengthen your spine. Yes, exhale, hands go down, step back to blink. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breath in. Let's do child's pose, breath up. Child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, okay. That's good to hear. Okay, now we'll repeat this on the other side. Eagle arms is a very good position to release those stress muscles and to bring a little bit more mobility into your shoulders. And we're doing this while we're working our legs. So if you need some water, have some water. And let's go the other side. So from child's pose, when you're ready, find your way into a downward facing dog. Hips go high up, hands are pressing down to the floor. Let's do one breath here. And away. Next inhale, lift your heels high up, bend your knees. Exhale, jump or step your feet forward. Good, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold down. Stand up all the way, lift your arms up, breath in. And then bring your left arm under your right. Okay, left arm under your right. So other side, yes. Once again, clasp your fingers together. Start working on this counter action. Elbows going up, but trapezius relaxing and the shoulders are going down. And once you get there, knees together, feet together, come into chair pose. Good. With your eagle arms. 3 breaths here. On the inhale, elbows go up. On the exhale, shoulders go down. And all that time, your inner thighs are squeezing together, your glutes are squeezing together, your heels staying down on the floor. 2 more breaths. One last breath. Keep your legs where they are. Uncross your arms. Lift the arms all the way up. Chair pose. So the arms are continuation of your body. Okay? And then in this chair pose, bring your hands to your heart. Twist over to the other side. So to the left. Is that right? To the left? Right elbow outside of your left knee. Knees are together. And then propel yourself sideways. Press your top hand into this bottom hand and bring your hands to the center of your heart. But if you want to open, that's good too. If you're ready, open up your arms and stay here. And notice your breath. Notice what's happening. Can you reach a little higher with your inhale? And sit a little lower with your exhale. One more breath. And then fold forward, exhale. Good job. Woo. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands go to your shins. Exhale, hands go down, step back into plank. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows slide in by your side. Upward facing dog, breath goes in. Child's pose, breath goes out. Whew. A little breather here, 2 or 3 breaths in child's pose. Child's pose. Very good. So when you're ready, from child's pose, find your way back into a downward facing dog with your hips high up. With your inhale, lift up your heels, and on the exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands, but keep them hip-width distance apart. Okay? And actually, let's do this. Let's walk your feet even wider, as wide as your mat, and come down into a squat position. So, in a squat position, bring your elbows inside of your knees and kind of pull your knees open for hip opener. And then press your hands one into another and give yourself a little chest lift, but also open in your hips. Okay, so heels are in the ground. We're gonna take inhale, lengthen the spine. We'll make it a little more dynamic. On the exhale, land your hands to the floor. Straighten up your legs, fold forward. Relax your head. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, sit down. Press your hands one into another. Push your knees wide. And then hands down, straighten up your legs. Good, 2 more times, sit low. And here you can start giving yourself a little wiggle too. Just kind of lift one toe and then the other toe. And then land your hands, straighten up your legs. Very good for your hamstrings. Okay, and then one last time, sit low. Give yourself a little wiggle, side to side. Okay, and then land your hands down to the floor, straighten up your legs. Feels good, huh? Yeah, okay, heel toe your feet together. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And then come all the way up to standing. And then bring your hands to your heart. We'll do a little bit of balance and then we'll... What's that? Okay, the dogs. Okay, just a little bit of balance. Tree pose. Bring your right foot inside of your left inner thigh. Okay, push your foot into your inner thigh and push your inner thigh into your foot in return. We already worked on opening the hips, so this is another movement, well actually stationary pose, but it also opens our hips while we work on our balance. So squeeze the glutes, push your hips forward, and then bring your hands to your heart. That's option 1. If you want a little bit more shoulder work, you can bring your hands behind your back and clasp them together and open up. Or you can come into reverse prayer with your hands in prayer but behind your back. That's another very good shoulder mobility position. Okay, so whatever form you're choosing, whatever variation you're choosing is good, but don't lose the strength in your legs. So push your hip forward and push your inner thigh into your foot. Okay, one more breath. Very good. And then when you're ready, just come out of this position. Bring this right leg all the way forward to the front of your mat and find your way into Warrior 2. Warrior 2. So the toes are facing forward and the back toes are facing sideways. Okay? So bend your front knee, your hips are opening, your back leg is strong and straight, and the outer outer edge of your foot is pressing firmly into the ground. Once you got all that, open up your arms. Okay, open up your arms. Very good. Okay, and then see if you can bend your front knee a little bit more. Yes, but draw the shoulders down. Let's do this. Let's rotate the thumbs down. Okay, push the hands back a little bit. Do a circular movement with your hands for 10, 9, 8. Keep your legs not moving. 7. Get good. 6, 5, 4, 3. Back. 2 and 1. Keep your legs not moving. Inhale. Reverse the warrior. So look up. Side bend. Bring your hand down alongside your leg. Okay. And on the exhale, extended side angle. You bring in this right hand to your elbow. Right elbow to your thigh. Okay. Put it down, but don't kind of relax into that. So press yourself up, engage your core, and then bring your top arm, bicep to your ear. Yes. So if you think about it, you could draw a line from your heel all the way to your middle finger, and it will be like a straight 45-degree angle. So this is called side angle. And here, one more time, look at your bottom knee. If it's collapsing inward, send it slightly to the right. Okay. 3 breaths. Arrive here and find peace in this position, even though the glutes and thighs are burning. One more time. Next inhale, come back into reverse warrior. Keep your legs not moving. On the exhale, windmill your hands down. Come into a 3-legged dog. So this right leg goes all the way up. Okay? Right leg goes all the way up. You can shake it, you can bend it, you can circle it. Just do anything that brings your release. Okay, and then put this leg down. Come into downward facing dog. Take an inhale. On the exhale, shift your weight forward. Bring your feet together. So you're in plank with your feet together. Okay, draw your heels over to the left. Side plank. To bring the release into this right leg. Side plank. Stack your feet one on top of the other. Yes. Good. Stack your shoulders. And if you need a little modification, you can bring your bottom knee down and stack your shoulders this way. Yes, hand right under your shoulder. Slightly bend your elbow. Good job. Squeeze your glutes. Rotate your hip slightly forward. One more try. One more try. Do it. But if you need to, bring the knee down. Yes. Come back to center plank. Hands underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, catch the breath. Downward facing dog, hips go high up. 2 breaths. In through your nose. Clean it away. Good. One more time. Breath in. And away. Good. When you're ready, lift up your heels, bend your knees, and then start walking or jump your feet forward towards your hands. Okay. One more time, make your feet parallel and grab your big toes with your 2-piece fingers. Okay. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine in this position. You can bend your knees if you need to. On the exhale, glue your elbows to your shins and start pulling yourself down. Kind of pulling your stomach, putting your stomach onto your thighs, and then pulling your head in between your knees. But see if you can keep your elbows on your shins. So glue them to your shins. Yes. Perfect. And then pull yourself down. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Yes. Shake. Yes. No. Anything. Perfect. Very good. And then release your hands and your feet. Heel toe your feet together. And roll your yourself up to standing all the way up. Tree pose on the other side. So your left foot inside of your right inner thigh. Push your foot into your inner thigh. And then push your inner thigh back into your foot in return. Squeeze the glutes and push everything forward as well. So tailbone kind of circles under a little bit, slightly forward. And then find a variation for your arms. Hands in prayer, or hands holding on to something, that's totally fine. Or arms up. Yes, or one arm if you want to. You can also clasp your hands behind your back. Push your chest forward. Or go reverse prayer if you did it on the other side. But the most important part is this tree pose. Good. Couple breaths. One more breath. Okay, and then release your hands, release your legs, and find your warrior two on the other side. So your left knee or your other leg is forward with your toes facing forward, and your back leg is straight and your toes are facing sideways. Once you get that, open up your arms. Front knees bent, look at it. Maybe even actively with your hand, draw it slightly to the left. So outside, to the outside of your mat. Okay, and once you're ready, inhale, reverse. Extended side angle. Elbow goes onto your knee or onto your thigh, and then your top arm comes up, bicep to your ear. Look up. As I said last week, kind of like you smell in your armpit. Yes, but push, even though your elbow is touching your thigh, push your chest lifted, engage those obliques. One more breath here. Very good. With your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Rotate your thumbs down. 10 circles. So squeeze the shoulder blades. Kind of you pressing the back wall away. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Very good. Legs are strong. 3, 2, and 1. Back into reverse. Inhale. Windmill your hands down. Three-legged dog. So the left leg goes all the way up. Give it some release. Shake, bend, circle. Whatever you need to do. Good job. And then put your foot down again. Take an inhale. On the exhale, shift your weight forward. Plank. Bring your feet together. Draw your heels over to the right. Side plank on the other side. Arm comes up. And this plank on this side might be easier or might be harder. Just notice what it is in your body. And if you need to modify on this side with your knee down, that's a good option. Yes, one more breath. Come back to center plank. Yes, take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breath comes in. Child's pose, breath away. Child's pose. Rest here for 2 or 3 breath cycles. Good job. And so when you're ready, we're not coming back up anymore. So from child's pose, come up onto your knees and then slide your legs forward. We'll do a little bit of core and a little bit of back bending and then some more gentle stretches. So bring your feet together and your knees together. And if you need extra support, bring your hands underneath your hamstrings, okay? Hands under your hamstrings. That's a little bit easier. You can also bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then in this position, lift up your feet off the floor, okay? So option 1, option 2, option 3, arms parallel to your thighs. Bow pose. Take an inhale, lower down halfway. Exhale, come back up. Good, do this again. Inhale. And exhale, come back up. And if you want to progress even more, you can straighten up your legs, keep them straight. Inhale, lower down. And exhale, come up. That's 3, 5 more times. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. That's 4, lower. And up. Exhale, 5. Very good. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, up, 6. Perfect. Shoulders are down. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, up. One last time. Lower. Come back up. Hug your knees and lay down onto your back. Very good. Hug your knees, lay down on your back. Just give yourself a little massage, a gentle rock on your spine, side to side. And then from here, bring your knees above your hips, shins parallel to the ground. Bring your hands to the floor. Flex your feet. Keep the 90-degree angle in your knees. So inhale, lower down, touch your heels to the ground without changing the angle of your knees. Exhale, come back up. Knees over your hips. Do this again. Lower down, press your lower back to the floor. Exhale, come back up. Lower down again, inhale. Exhale, come up. 3 more times, lower. And exhale, up. Keep pressing your lower back to the floor. Especially when you touch your heels to the ground. Yes, one more time, breath in. And up. On your next inhale, lower down your heels. Just place your heels down on the floor. Okay? And then walk your feet closer to your glutes so you could reach your fingertips to your heels and kind of touch them, okay? And your feet are hip width distance apart. Take a breath in. On the exhale, press your hips high up into the ceiling for shoulder bridge. So use the strength of your legs. Press through your heels. And once your hip flexors are stretched and your glutes are up, clasp your hands underneath your lower back and roll yourself onto the outer edges of your shoulders. So propel your chest up. So you're kind of laying down on the sides of your shoulders rather than your entire spine. And you keep pushing your hips all the way up. And maybe even lift your toes off the ground and push through your heels a little bit more. And you can stay here for a couple more breaths, or you can extend one leg at a time. Right leg goes up like you're trying to poke the ceiling with your toes, and then put your leg back down, and then left leg goes up, stretching your hamstrings, and lower down. 2 more times, right leg up. Keep pushing your hips up. Keep rotating your shoulders outwards. Left leg. Lower down, and then undo your hands and slowly lower down your tailbone onto the floor. Bring your feet wider than your mat for hip flexor stretch. So draw your knees over to one side. Stay here for a few moments. And then come back to center, switch to the other side. Good. come back to center. Heel toe your feet together and then hug your knees to your chest. Let's do happy baby pose. So grab the outsides of your feet. Start pulling your knees towards your armpits, but at the same time, send your tailbone down towards your heels. So your feet are facing up towards the ceiling. Okay, feet up to the ceiling, and the feet are right above your knees. Yeah, yes, perfect, yes. And now from here, start pulling your feet down, but at the same time, your tailbone goes down as well. Yes, that's a hip opener exercise. And if this feels good, you can rock side to side in this position as well. Yes, very good. When you're ready to come out of this position, just re-hug your knees one more time and bring them together. And then from this position, bring your right foot onto your left knee for figure four stretch. So you can slide your hands underneath your left hamstring and pull your left knee in towards your chest. But your right foot is on your knee to figure four. So you can stay here, or you can also straighten your left leg up into the ceiling and just roll your ankle. Any direction or both directions. That's a hip opener and a glute stretch. And if you're straightening your leg, that's also a hamstring stretch. And then switch sides. Left foot goes onto your right knee. Bend your knees, start pulling your thigh into your chest or into your stomach. That's one option. But if you want to, also straighten up your leg and start circling your ankle. When you're ready, come out of this position. Bring your knees 90 degrees one more time. Bring your arms into a T position, so shoulders on the ground. And then just draw the knees over to one side, right or left, doesn't matter. But keep pressing both of your shoulders down to the floor. And you can look into the opposite direction of your knees. So that gives you a chest opening. That also gives you a little deeper twist. Ready, come back into center and draw your knees over to the other side, giving your body a twist into the other direction. Shoulders are still pressing into the floor. And look into the opposite direction of your knees, or from where your knees are pointing. ready, come back to center. Stay on your back and just slowly unbend your knees and straighten out your legs all the way onto the ground while we're setting up for the final position of the class. So bring your legs slightly wider, bring your palms to face up and open up your chest. And from this position, take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Feel the heaviness of your entire body on this floor, on your mat. Notice how your ankles are heavy and how the backs of your knees are pressing down against the floor, and how your hips are getting heavier, and the wrists and your elbows and your shoulders, and finally your head heavy on the ground. Close your eyes and rest here in our final position, Shavasana. When you're ready to move again, start circling your ankles and your wrists and moving your fingers gently, fingers and your toes. And take a deeper inhale, transition yourself onto one side into a fetal position. When you're ready, press yourself up into seated position with your feet crossed in front of you. You can keep your eyes closed and bring your hands into your heart in prayer position. And just take a few final moments to reflect and thank your body and your mind for this practice today. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more deep inhale through your nose. Out through your mouth. With your final breath in, thumbs come up to your third eye center at your forehead. On the exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.